Hey everybody, Earl here, and thank you for requesting the map from last night's talk. The whole concept was you take one long video and you blow it up, and you get 109 social media posts and 9 weeks worth of socials. So this is the free version of the program. I'm eventually turning this into a course because people want to know it and have a step by step. So, whoa, where are we going here? Architecture overview. So this is how it works. You take. Let's grab this guy. My mouse is running out of battery, which I should have thought about before I recorded this, but c'est la vie. So you take an original video. So I'm going to rewind a bit. You could do an audio only podcast, but then you take the podcast and add images and you make a video. Or you did what I said during the talk, and you make a 45-minute to 1 hour video. And what you want to do is you want to add closed captioning to it and then upload it to YouTube as per usual. Now you want to use whatever tool you want to use to transcribe it. Then you transcribe the thing, and then you can use ChatGPT or your favorite LLM of choice, and it'll turn it into a blog post. Okay. So the next thing is that from the transcription, you can feed this into another LLM and say, hey, give me 10, 15, 20 quotes from this talk that I did, whether you're being interviewed or you're on stage or whatever you want for your long form video. And you pull quotes where you said smart things, and you create quote images, and then you post those images on social, and all of these images that you post end up going back to the blog. So let's zoom out for a quick second here. There's examples of these quote images. So let's go. I'll just pick on me. So you know this guy. So here's a bunch of quote images, right? And you can do a photo shoot if you want. Here's me wearing the same stuff I was wearing at last night's event. Or you can use AI to give you a bunch of photos. So just take a reference image and just go buck wild, right? So these are real photos from a real photo shoot. And you can see we've done this for clients. It's better if you can get different shots and different angles. You see my friend Blair here wearing a suit, wearing a shirt, wearing a red sweater, the very Mr. Rogers style. So what you do is you take all those quotes. Let's go back over here. So this is the map. And don't worry, I'll give you guys access to look at this map thing. So you take the quotes and you stick them all on social media, and you point them all back to the blog post. And then last but not least, you use a chop tool, any chop tool of your choice, Minvo, Descript, Chopcast, Opus Clips, whatever you like. Chop up the big video into a bunch of small videos, and you pull the chop videos, and then you put those on social, and you point those back to the blog post. Okay, so you'll notice there's a thematic here. You're taking one content piece, you're blowing it up into a whole bunch of content pieces, and then all roads lead to Rome, which is whatever your post is. Okay, so beyond this, you figure out what are the main keywords of the blog post if you want to track them, and you track them on whatever tool you use. I use Agency Analytics. You wait a month, and then you can use some SEO tools. This is the more advanced portion if you want, and then you refresh the post, and so you can increase the SEO score. And the reason why we do this and we wait 1 month is because Google likes it when you take an asset and you update it. So you post the asset. You have a bunch of links pointing to the asset, and then you wait a month, and then you upgrade the asset, and you refresh it and do it again. And then the same thing, if you wait a couple of weeks, then take the best performing chopped video, and you add it to the bottom of the post, and then you refresh it again. And then you wait a couple of weeks again, and then you take the best performing quote images, and you add that to the bottom or the middle of the post, and then you refresh it again. And because you're refreshing it over and over again with new content and new materials, Google likes that, and so do the AI engine. So this is for SEO and LLM, being able to get recognized by the LLMs. So at the end of it, this is what you end up with. You have your original video, and you've got 10 good quotes. Hopefully, you said 10 smart things in that time frame, and then you have 10 shorts, and so hopefully you have 10 clippable clips, and you have the blog post. And so most people, what they do is they take everything and they schedule it all, and they just dump it all on everything. And my suggestion is not to do that. That was the old model: push everything to all at once in one big go. That you don't do. You do this for the press release stuff, which I'm not going to cover in this one because this is just the beginner model. Don't dump everything out on a Monday, right? Like, spread it out. So you've got Facebook and X and LinkedIn and you dump them all on different days. And if you spread it out, and you notice how everything is pointing back to the ye old blog, right? So that's how you do that. And when you do a full content push, this is kind of what it looks like. So on Monday, the blog goes out, an initial summary post on Facebook goes out. Okay, you see here week 1. I don't know if I'm making this bigger. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay, this is I picked Facebook because for whatever reason this campaign really looked good on Facebook, and all you do is you just alternate between the quote images and the long form videos and the short form videos, right? So here is a quote image, here is the long form video, here's a quote image, here's the short form video, and it's wash, rinse, repeat every day of the week, right? And you dump them out across a month, right? Week 4 is a little weak because we ran out of stuff. You can spread it out differently if you want. Like, this is not written in stone. My suggestion is just dump it over the course of 4 weeks. So like in a month's time, you're putting all this stuff out there. And then what you do is you stagger step it. Okay. So on whatever platform's number 2, so in this case it's X, Twitter. If you go week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. And you do the same thing, and you notice how I shoved I moved it over. So this is Monday. I started this one on a Tuesday. So I waited a week. I started it on a Tuesday, and you'll see that different content goes out on different days, right? And then the same thing. You shovel it over a week. Now I put it on LinkedIn. LinkedIn might be your primary if you're B2B, right? If you're B2C, then Instagram might be your primary, right? And so you stretch this across over time, and you see how it keeps continually shifting. And now we're on week 7, right? And as you keep on doing this, because YouTube long form, YouTube shorts, short form, TikTok is the short form stuff. You could do carousels as well. I'm not going to get into that in the beginner stuff, but you have over 9 weeks, you get consistent posts and 109 posts. So remember, this all stemmed from one seed video that you made, right? So way back over here, you made that one video, and it just dumped it to 10 different quotes, 10 different shorts, and a blog post. You can go buck wild crazy and also build a carousel, also build other blogs. You can build more than one blog off of this, right? So, but this is the schematic for the idea in general, right? People were all asking also about the breakdown and flows for virtual assistants to do this. And here are some examples of stuff that we did for other folks back in the day. And that is it. There you go. Thank you so much for asking for the map. Here is ye olde map. Enjoy. All right. Thanks for watching.